Hi FlossTube, this is Diane, the Be a Blessing Stitcher, and today is for Thursday, October 18, and this is FlossTube number 9. If you are new to this channel and have just kind of landed upon me by accident, this channel is primarily about cross-stitching, but it also will have some of my favorite hobbies in there from time to time as well, which include sewing and quilting, and crochet actually was a big part of my life for quite a few years. So I may have some little inserts there once in a while of some of those items. And if you're coming back, oh, thank you guys so much. You're fun. And I love you, each and every one of you, so much. And I appreciate your support so much. This channel is really for you guys. It's not 100% true. It's for me too. It's so therapeutic for me, and it's just fun to be able to show your stuff to someone else who you know likes to do the same things that you do, because I don't have a lot of people in my immediate area that enjoy it. I wish so bad that I had a stitching group that was local, or even just another person in town that liked to do it. Many years ago when I first started cross-stitching, which was, do I dare say, it was in the 80s, I had a really close friend and we kind of fell into it together. But she wasn't real healthy, and she did pass away about 3 or 4 years after we started stitching together. She was super young. She was in her 20s. And since then, I really haven't had anybody that shares this passion with me. So finding FlossTube was just eye-opening, wonderful. I can't even put into words the blessings of this community and the kindness and the generosity that I see almost every day in this stitching community. It's just wonderful. So as I've said before, I'm so happy to be part of this, and I'm just a tiny little, what do they call it, cog in the wheel? I'm just a tiny little cog in the wheel, but I hope I'm helping to keep it turning. I wrote myself some notes so that I wouldn't forget things, because I do. And so I wanted to first say that you guys can find me on Instagram also under the same name, which is b.a.blessingstitcher, and I'm also on Facebook. I think on Facebook I might be b.a.blessing22. I do try to link those two together, and I'll put links in my notes after the show is done here. So I wanted to start with that. Then the other thing that I really wanted to talk about was just maybe an update on my health. You guys know that I've been struggling a little bit with my arm. We have tentative surgery set up in a couple of weeks, and I'm not looking forward to it. We're not even quite sure what we're going to do yet. I initially thought it was going to be replacing the radial head in my elbow. The doctor doesn't think I'll have a good outcome from that. He talked more about doing a radial head excision, I think he called it. But he really wanted to review all my records before we attempted any surgery at all. We did save a date if he approves it. He's concerned that the ulna, which is like this part of the arm, which is what I broke initially, I kind of broke it high. He said if that didn't heal correctly, doing anything to the radial head won't help. So he didn't really give me great options for plan B. So I don't really know where we're gonna go from there if surgery isn't going to happen. But I'm moving forward as if it is. I'm trying to do all of my fall prep, and I've been super busy. I'll talk about that more later. But just trying to get all the things done before I'm back to being one arm again. So yeah, just been super busy trying to prepare and get ready for a period of recovering again. So he did tell me if we go ahead with surgery, I can't drive for 2 weeks. I didn't dare ask him if I could stitch. I may not, just because I don't want to know the answer. If I have to sit around for 2 weeks just twiddling my thumbs, I'm going to go nuts. So yeah. I do want it to heal well, though I don't want to jeopardize it, so I may have to ask him. But I'll find a way. Even if I have to do everything with my left hand, I'm going to find a way, because I got way too much stuff that I want to do. Oh, you guys, I have so much stuff I want to do. So we'll talk about that more too a little bit later. The other update was I took my dog in. You guys have commented a couple of times about my sweet little furry friend. Her name is Finley. And she had to go to the vet just for some injections today, just for some vaccines. And I suspected this was coming, but she needs to have her teeth cleaned. And working for a dentist, I kind of knew this was coming. So we decided to wait and do it in January because I don't want to try to mess with trying to get it done before my surgery and after surgery. It just depends on recovery. So we just decided to put it off until after the holidays. So, but we did get that scheduled too. So she doesn't know that yet, of course. So, but she's so good-natured that she'll take it right in stride. I know she will. So that was basically my updates, my personal updates, I guess is what I wanted to say. So I think what I'll do is start with my starts and finishes because they are one and the same. Guys, I just didn't have a lot of time for stitching this past couple of weeks, and I know this is even a week late, but it's been brutally busy. Life has just gotten in the way, which I've heard so many other people say as well. Yeah, just other things that demand your time and attention. I have quite a few birthdays going on right around this time of the year, and I usually take my grandkids shopping on their birthday. As they get older, that becomes harder and harder to find a day that works for them and a day that works for me. But it's just kind of a fun tradition. We usually go out to eat a meal, either a lunch or a supper, whatever time of day we end up going. So I actually have something planned tomorrow with one of them. So yeah, and then just trying to prep and get ready for surgery. And I have a lot of landscaping, and all the perennials had to be cut down before winter hits. So I spent the last few nights doing that after work. I am sore. I'm old. Oh my goodness. The day after I finished, I could hardly move. My back and my legs and oh my goodness. But I think I got like 95% of it finished, so I'm happy with that. But I still have a long list of things on my to-do list that I want to get done before I have surgery. So, and another reason that there's such a rush is I have a stitching retreat coming up with just some of my close friends. We actually all met on Nicole Spore's channel. We were all paper crafters or watching her, following her, and when she started her FlossTube channel, she also started a Facebook group for those people who wanted to do FlossTube, and not do FlossTube, who also cross-stitch, sorry. And one of the girls, I don't even really remember who, threw out there, do any of you guys want to be in a smaller group? And quite a few of us jumped at it. I think like maybe 20 or something. And about 10 of us stuck. And we have been together once or twice before. Some of us have gotten together more often than others. And it's just such a joy. Love those girls to pieces. Two of them actually have channels. One of them is Tammy. Her channel is Tammy's Crafty Life. I do think she might be in the process of changing that name somewhere in the future. She is starting a finishing business. She is so talented and is in the process of kind of learning a lot of the different styles of finishing. She's taking tons of classes, but she was already so very good at it even before that. She taught us how to do a drum when we went to one of our little retreats, just out of the goodness of her heart. But she's super talented. Her channel is about everything. The girl is brave enough to try anything. And if there's a craft you think you might be interested in, I bet if you mention it to her, she's like, sure, I'll do a tutorial on that, even if she has to learn it before she does the tutorial. So that's one of them. The other one is Tina. And Tina has a channel called You Made That. She does a lot of like interviews or shorts about people who specialize in making different things, and it isn't always about cross stitch, but she has done a couple of interviews, and recently she finished one with Jackie from Waxing Moon Designs. And that one's really, really good. She gives a couple of sneak peeks of things that are coming up as far as her designs go. It was a great video. You guys got to go check that out too. And hers is called You Made That. by Tina, and I'll link both of those girls below too. But anyway, our stitching retreat is coming up the first full weekend in November, and we don't really have any big plans this time. We just are all gonna get together and stitch, and then whatever else comes, maybe a little shopping. I'm sure there'll be some shopping along the way. I think they said there's at least a quilt shop in that area. It's gonna be kind of in the Pella, Iowa area. So I'm sure we're gonna find something to do. So I'm just so looking forward to seeing them all again. I was a little worried at first that my surgery was gonna get in the way of me going, but we were able to work around it. So I'm happy about that, so happy. So can't wait for that. So I am doing things to get ready for that. That's taking up some of my stitching time. And then I also am having grandkids overnight in the meantime, and I have a Sunday dinner that I'm preparing for my kids coming up next week. So just a lot of stuff. And then on top of my job, which is just under 4 days a week, doesn't leave me a lot of extra time for stitching. So this is my one big accomplishment, you guys, and I'm not even sure I'm done. But this one was Harvest Tiny Town. You may not really recognize it because I pretty much changed all the colors. Almost everything changed. I used quite a few color and cottons in there, but my one mistake that makes me think I might not be done was when I did this house. I chose Dolphin, the color Dolphin by Weeks Dye Works. And then by the time I got to the cart, I forgot that I had used Dolphin, and I used Coastline by Color and Cotton. And I thought, wow, that dye lot really did have a huge change from here to here. It didn't occur to me until somebody else asked me for the color conversion what I had actually done, because I tried to write them down as I was going. So if anybody wants this color conversion, it's not an easy one, but I wrote down building by building and like item by item what colors I used. So if you're interested in it, let me know. I do have it actually typed up, so it would be pretty simple for me to include that. So let me know if you want that. But this is gonna go on my B-scap. I have to finish it, just put probably another rickrack trim around the top, and then I'll stitch the sides down and then pull it around my B-scap. So I'm hoping, who am I kidding? I'm not gonna get that done before surgery. I have all these things in my head that I think I'm gonna get done, and I'm not. But you know what? Surgery will take me out of commission for a little while, but it's not forever. It'll be okay. So that's my one claim to fame. And then the only other thing that I really, really worked on this particular, I should show you guys my ring of floss that I used when I was doing that. It's not very neat or tidy, but you guys, it was ridiculous. It kept growing. As I kept trying colors, it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And there were several things that I stitched a couple of times before I really landed on the color that I was happy with. But anyway, I haven't put that one away yet, just in case. I wanted to make sure I had it recorded, all the color changes recorded before I put that floss away, but now I have to de-kit that one. Then really the only other thing I worked on in the last couple of weeks was my Winds of Autumn book by Blackbird Design, and it's the Mighty Acorn, which I have been doing with Alana from Mrs. Smith Stitches, and it is this one right here. And you guys know I've been working on this. I showed it before, and I didn't get a whole lot more done, but I did get a little bit. Got a little bit of a glare going there. There we go. That's maybe a little better. So that's really the only other WIP I've got going right now. Well, WIP that I've actually been working on. And this is where I'm at right now with it. I've gotten the border done, you guys know that. I've added the squirrel at the bottom. I started to add some of the words. I might have done the tree. But I talked to you guys last time about my windows. They were supposed to be kind of a brown color. So I put a couple of them in with green, and then I put one in with brown, and I hated the brown. So I went with green. You guys, my window trims are green. If you get up close, you can see it, but I actually don't mind it. I actually think I really kind of like it. So my oops was actually not, it was okay. So that's the only other WIP that I have had going. I wish I had more to show you guys than that. But what I thought I would touch on are some things that are coming up. I'm gonna look at my notes. Oh, I was gonna ask you guys, I have YouTube Premium, and so I don't see any ads, but I'm wondering, do you guys see ads when you run my video? Or am I small yet and they haven't started trying to insert any of those? I'm just wondering. I can't tell by watching them because it doesn't show me any ads because I have the premium YouTube. So let me know in the comments if you would, whether or not you're getting ads on my channel, because that ticks me off and I don't like it when they do that. So I have to look into what my options would be if you're getting ads in the middle of things. So that was one question. The other thing I did was I did add some trim to my Fly By Night. No, it's not Fly By Night, it's Flying Lessons by Silver Creek Samplers. Let me grab it for you. Last time I tried to move the camera and that was ugly. I'll just move the whole thing. So I ended up putting green pom-pom trim around the outside edge of it because it was kind of just all blending into the background. I couldn't really see it. I couldn't differentiate between the edge of my stitch versus the edge of the wood. And so I ended up doing that. I've been tempted to tuck in a few little florals in here yet, but I'm actually kind of happy with it. I like to do things that I like to decorate around it. And so sometimes then I don't think I need the extra florals on there. So as of right now, I don't plan to put any extra on there. Whoops. Then, because I didn't have much to show you guys, I hauled out my old WIPs. I don't know if I've ever shown these to you or not, but I have some WIPs that I did back in the 80s and 90s that I've never finished. Oof, this one needs to be washed, and I just really don't know for sure what to do with them. You guys tell me what you think I should do with them. This is one. I don't even remember what it was called anymore, but it was a gold collection kit that I got. It's really too wide almost to be a pillow. I think that's what I would like to do with it, is a pillow, because I don't really see myself hanging that up anywhere in my house. You know how your tastes change. This isn't really the style of my decorating anymore. But it was a lot of work, so I don't know what to do with that one. Here's another one where I don't decorate like this anymore. It's got the cute little teddy bears. It's a really cute 4th of July stitch. Sweet Land of Liberty. But I don't love the teddy bears anymore, and I just don't know what to do with it. I can't just toss them. This one I should do something with before the holidays. I've got Joseph and Mary on a donkey. And so you'll have to, I think this was a Stony Creek pattern years ago. You guys will have to let me know what you think I should do with some of these, if you have any wonderful suggestions. This was a sampler I made for my first child. He's in his 30s. Never did anything with it. I actually remember stitching this in the hospital when I had him. I had to have a C-section. And so I can remember sitting, back then they let you stay there forever. I think I was in the hospital almost a week. And they let you stay there. Now they kick you out after like a day or two. But this one was just an alphabet. I thought it was so cute. Each alphabet is a picture of something. And again, I don't know what to do with it. My daughter-in-law is not a keeper, so I can't give it to her because it won't survive. It will be for sale somewhere. Another one. I just can't throw them away. I made this one and I think it's very pretty. And I put my last name in the middle of it. But I just don't know what to do with them. So there they sit. And the last one was a Leisure Arts one. A Paula Vaughn, I think. You guys, I'm sure, have seen it. I did quite a few of hers back then. This, I think, might have been one of my first ones that I did on linen. And that was way back. Way back. Oh, to be that young again. So anyway, I just wanted to show you some of the oldies but goodies. And if you guys have any brilliant suggestions, I'd love to hear them. And then I thought I would go through, this is almost like a little mini WIP session, a little mini WIP parade, that I'd go through some of the things that I really desperately want to work on. And there just isn't enough time in my day to get them all done. This is a gold kit, a gold collection by Dimensions again. This one is called A Gracious Era. And I'm really close to being done. As a matter of fact, one of the groups that I talk with, Loose Thread Stitchers, she's like, get your button gear. She says, you got to finish that. She said, just take it out once a month and work on it for a day. And she said, don't just tuck it away and leave it. So she's kind of challenged me to keep moving on it. So I might have to do that. So anyway, the thing that bugged me the most about this one, it's got kind of a crease. You know what? I have a board. I always forget to use it. Let me just put him on a board a minute. As you can see, this is edged with masking tape. That's how old this is. It's ancient. What did I do with my other board? Am I holding it? Okay. I lost it. Imagine that. Well, we'll hold it on one side. So when I started stitching this, I all of a sudden noticed that I was looking crooked through the light pole, and it's because these are all tent stitches. And back then I did not know anything at all about doing continental versus, I don't even remember the names of it, but there's a way to do those tent stitches without having it distort. And so when I do finish this, I'm just gonna have to tug it and block it good so that I can get it straight, but that bothers me, really bugs me that that got crooked there. And that actually might have been enough to stop me. But it's pretty, don't you think? And I think I actually would hang this one up at Christmas time. It would be a seasonal one. Just with the snow and the red dress kind of makes it feel Christmassy. So that's one of my WIPs that I really, really want to kind of move forward on. I shouldn't probably be. Let me try to roll him instead of folding, because he's starting to get some pretty good fold creases going. And that one was stitched on kind of a blue-gray color. I've never been one to do colored backgrounds, but it was what came with the kit. And it's Aida, but it's over the years gotten super soft. So I can't say I really mind that one at all. And then this other one you guys have seen before too, and I don't think I've made any new progress, but this is my soda stitch. This is called Sky Blue Street, and I've got threads hanging. And this is all the farther that I've gotten on Sky Blue Street. But I love this one, so I do really want to keep moving forward on it. And here is a picture of it. Sky Blue Street doesn't ever really give you a great image anywhere that you can just like print. But this is a picture of Sky Blue Street. I just think it's fun with all the little boutiques and the, like a little mini Main Street. I just think it's so fun. So that one is on my horizon. I really, really want to work on him. But with Christmas coming up, it's hard because I want to stitch Christmas too. But I'm also going to be a little bit disabled. Help. Okay, that's two. And this one, of course, are my Seasons 2 patterns. And this is by Hands On Design. And all I've done so far is August. And so I really would like to do some of the other upcoming months. I don't know what's really smart for me to even try at this point. Maybe start in January, I don't know. December is super cute though. Let me find December. Where's December? The houses. December is really super cute. So I'd love to do that one. So that one sits beside my chair, taunting me and laughing at me. No, it's not. But it feels like it sometimes. It's like all my WIPs are sitting there kind of going, it's my turn, it's my turn, it's my turn. Me, me, me. Okay, then, oh, and I want to do this one. Oh, you guys. so much. This one is a dimensions kit too, and you've seen me work on this one before. This is called Birds and Berries. Isn't that one pretty? Love the cardinal. I love all the little red pops in that one. And this is my progress so far on that one. I really have to quit folding my fabrics. That's all I've gotten done so far on him. But look at the pretty shading in there. Dimensions does do a nice job with that. So I'm hoping to get back to him soon. Him, her. What's politically correct? Somebody tell me, do I call them hims or hers? I was made fun of because I call them hims. I don't know what I was supposed to call them. Anyway, okay. This is kind of fun reviewing these. I haven't pulled these out in a while. It just makes me realize all the fun stuff that I want to do. This is another Christmas one. I want to do more of my peace on earth and my joy and I want to do these ornaments. I think they would be beautiful in a little dough bowl, all together, tucked into a cute little dough bowl somewhere. I want to get those done really bad too. I have no progress on a new one. I've finished one, but I have no progress on any new ones. In a little bit, I'll show you what I want to start for Christmas too. But as you can see, I've got a couple of WIPs that I do also want to get to. So, and then I just don't know how long I'm going to be out of commission, if I'm going to be out of commission. So, and then there's of course my Lady of the Flag, and I'm doing her on some fabric flare, 32 count. I choose the Constitution, and I have a tiny little start on her. Let me fold that down just a little bit. Just a little bit of a start there on her dress. And so I really only stitched just a day or two on this one. I wanted to start it in August. I have a lot of different anniversaries and birthdays and stuff in August that make me sad sometimes, and so I wanted to start something fun on my birthday. It didn't start on my birthday, but it started on my husband's birthday. And so I wanted to make sure I got some stitches in on his birthday. And so I'm not sure when I'm going to get back around to this one. You guys have so much I want to do. Are you like that too, that you just have all the things that you want to do? And the last WIP I'm going to show you is this one, which is my Hade. This one is called Our Friends. It's a heaven and earth design, and it's by Terry Rendlin. And I love the picture. It's just a farm scene, which is, I live in a farming community. I live in town, but our town isn't real big. And so we see farms all over. I just think there's something cozy about that. Terry Redlin has such a way with colors and stuff. So yeah. So I started that one. I don't have very much accomplished on him. Just a little bit. I gotta figure out which way is which. Believe it or not, there's a lot of stitches in that little space. I'm doing this one on 25, and I'm actually doing 3/1 tent stitch. That was what gave me the best coverage. So I know it's gonna eat up a lot of floss, but it's DMC. I'm okay with that. So starting the trees, it was just kind of fun even to see that the trees were starting. I can't remember which way this goes. I think it goes this way. That's pathetic. That one's going to be a challenge to get going on again because I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Anyway, I really want to work on that one too. I belong to one of the Facebook groups for Heaven and Earth Designs, and I just see everybody making progress on theirs, and I'm jealous, and I want to make progress on mine too. But then I have all these other things that are calling me that I want to get done. So that's kind of my old WIP parade and my old finish parade, and then a small section of my WIP parade. I have others. I have another whole drawer full of some WIPs that have started and have fallen down on my radar a little bit. They'll come back, but I'm just not super interested in tackling them right now. These are the ones I want to tackle. So I divided them up between fall and Christmas. And I don't have a ton of fall left that I'm super wanting to stitch, but I've always wanted to do Be Thankful by Brenda Gervais. I just really kind of love this yellow house. I don't know why exactly, but I love that yellow house. And then the other one is Harvest. I think I've decided this one's going to be the stitch I put on my floral basket. And this one's by Bent Creek. So I think those are the two remaining fall ones that I want to do. But I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to get them done anymore. I'm feeling discouraged just a little bit. Mustn't go there. Mustn't go there. And then these are the Christmas ones that I want to start. If I can get them out of the bag. There's quite a few here. Oh no. No. This isn't it. God, my pile's confused. It's not the only thing that's confused. Okay, so these are the ones I found that I really would love to do for Christmas. So this is a Plum Street, and it's really not Christmas, but it says Home for Christmas, but I'm thinking this could be almost any time. It says Welcome Home, but look at the border on that. Ooh, I love that border. I think that's really pretty. That one's one. And then of course I want to do the Joy and Good Cheer by Brenda Gervais also for Christmas. I don't have any of these kitted up yet. I have a fairly sizable stash of fabric and DMC floss that I can pretty much kit most things. Excuse me. Hang on one second. Sorry about that, guys. Dry throat. Then I found this one on the stash site. This is a La Di Da. I don't think I've ever stitched one of hers before, but ooh, bad glare. Let me invert them a little bit. There we go. It just says, O come, Emmanuel, and I just love that bare bones tree, and I think it would be a quick stitch. So I love that one. Of course, I want to do Heart and Hands Christmas Tiny Town. Really want to finish that one. And I guess I just have to tell myself these will all be there next year. There's no rush, right? There's no rush. They'll all still be waiting for me. And I'm dying to start this one, but you guys, I've got so many big projects that it's like I'm freaking myself out. But I want to start Kringles. So bad. I want to start Kringles. You guys have seen this one stitched many times, I'm sure. But I love it just as it is. I don't think I would even change anything on it. I like it all just the way it is. And then I wanted to talk about this weekend. So this weekend, I think there's a 24-hour challenge, cross-stitch challenge. I'm just wondering if any of you guys are going to try it. I want to so bad. I don't know if I can work it into my schedule, but I think I'm going to try on Saturday. I might get up early Saturday and stitch as long as I can. And then I'll maybe just count my hours, because I don't think I'm gonna try to stay up. And then I'll just stitch again Sunday and try to get 24 hours in over the weekend. So I'm just wondering, what are your plans for that? Are any of you guys gonna try that? And how do you do that? What's the best way to do a 24-hour challenge? Do you spread it out over like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday and try to get like 8 hours in on each day? That would be another option, but Friday is busy for me. I can't, I'll be busy all day. So it'll have to be Saturday, Sunday. Ugh, 16 hours on 2 days. No, that's 32. 24 would be 8 and 4, be 12. 12 and 12. Ugh, that's still a lot. Not sure I can get that all in, but maybe I'll extend my weekend through Monday night. Maybe. I'll tell you all about it the next time we get together. The next time you guys stop in for a visit. And then I think the last thing I really wanted to talk about as far as stitching is, what was it? I think it's the plans for next year. I'm starting to think a lot about the 24 for 2024. And I'm wondering if you guys are going to do that one too. Are you thinking maybe 12 WIPs and 12 new starts? Are you going to do it at all? Initially, I was thinking 24 new starts, but I'm deciding they're going to have to be tempered with some smalls, because if I start 24 more big projects, I'm going to be buried. Do I care if I'm buried? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should be concerned or not. As long as I'm having fun, right? You guys, this is a hobby. This is fun, right? No pressure. Yeah, no pressure. This is supposed to be fun. So if I want to start 24, I can start 24. So I started just organizing things, some of my patterns, and putting them into bags. And I don't have 24 yet, but I have a list of the ones I really want to do. One of them, I'm really in love with sheep. Oh, I forgot to show you my haul. There might be some of my new starts in my haul. But this one, I love, by Plum Street Sampler. What's this one called? A Shepherd's Song. And I just love all the sheep on the bottom of that one. So that one is in my contender pile. We're gonna call this a contender pile, because most of this isn't kitted up. Some of them have some floss, none of them have fabric. Well, do any of them have fabric? Maybe. I also want to do this one, and I would love to have that one done in the springtime. But again, you know what? I'm going to quit putting pressure on myself, and I get them done when I get them done. And as long as I'm having fun in the process, that's all I care about. So that's number 2. This one, I actually kitted up with silks. It was from the Facebook group Homespun Needlework? Homespun. I'll put it in my notes after this. It's James Thompson, 1838, by the Scarlet House. And I got, what are these? They're 103s. Is that called a Verasa? I think that's called a Verasa. 103. So I got the silks for it, and this is what the pattern looks like. And this would be my first traditional sampler if I did this one. And I was drawn to the words on this one. It says, Jesus, permit thy gracious name to stand as the first efforts of a youthful hand, and as her fingers o'er the canvas move, engage her tender heart to seek thy love. With thy dear children may she have a part, and write thy name thyself upon her heart. I kind of love that. So anyway, that one is another contender. How many? I better keep count of these. You know what? One of my goals actually is to count my WIPs, organize my WIPs, name my WIPs, and put them into some kind of organization so I know what I've got, because I'm starting to get quite confused over what I have and what I don't have. It used to be when I first started that I could just keep them all beside me by the chair. I can't do that anymore. You know. And this one I've admired forever. Winter Rose Manor. I just love it. Love it, love it. I'm a pink girl. I think I've told you that before. Love, love. But I was watching the Red Cross Stitcher, and she said something about using Lori Holt's conversion. I haven't found it yet. I'm not sure where to look for Lori Holt's thread conversion. Do any of you guys know where to look for Lori Holt's thread conversion? I did a little searching and I couldn't come up with it. I can always text her or message her or something and ask her for it. But I think I might be interested in that. So we'll see. We'll see where that one leads. And this is one I got because I was Patreon member for Teresa Kogut, and I got this last year, and I desperately want to do it. When this you see, remember me. I think it's just stunning. Oh, I think it's gorgeous. Yummy, as they say. So that one's pretty much a certain. I think I'm gonna start that one. And then I've shown you this one before. This was in my haul not so long ago, but this is my pink house, my sunset kit. This is my pink winter house, which I don't know why I love it, but I love it. So I'm positive that will be one of my starts. I don't think I'm gonna do 12 by 12 this year on New Year's Eve. I think instead I'm gonna do 24 for 2024. The 12 by 12 just doesn't give you enough time to get anywhere. You have an hour to stitch on something. And even if you prep them and get them ready ahead of time, an hour's worth of work is teeny tiny. Like you can hardly figure out where you're at and what side is up and down. So I didn't love that part of it. And so I'm thinking I might do the 24 for 2024 instead. I think that might be a better fit for me. This was another sampler that I really love. This one's called Time and Season Sampler, and it's just to everything there is a season and time. I think this one is really pretty too. I love the colors in it. I've seen this one stitched up and it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Sorry about the glare, you guys. No, I can't get the glare out of there. Nope, can't. But anyway, that one is on my list. And, oh yes, a friend of mine, Tammy, the one I talked about before, Tammy's Crafty Life started. And people have done this one too, like Colette, the Highway Stitcher, and Brenda, the Handwork Maniac, have been doing it. And I think they're done now this month. They did it over the last year. By the Drawn Thread, it's the Sunnyside Sampler. I've been admiring it since they started it. And then it was out of stock quite a bit. And I just kept missing it. And so finally, when I was on 1-2-3 Stitch for something else, it happened to be back in stock. So I thought, I'm gonna grab it. And so I got just the pattern, and then I couldn't decide if I wanted to do DMC or if I wanted to do the dinky dye silks that it called for, because it was kind of expensive, but I went with the silks. So I got all the dinky dyes. This will be my first time stitching with dinky dyes. So that's why that one I'm pretty sure is going to start this next year too, because it's something new. I love something new to try. And then, what else do I have in here? Oh, my Anniversaries of the Heart. I'm not even gonna pull them all out again, but this is kind of an older, I think this came out like in 2006 or something like that, and there's like 12 different patterns, and you can customize them to tell your history, to tell your family's history. And I loved that about it. And so I'm planning to start that. I don't have fabric selected for it. I've got quite a few different images of it saved on my Pinterest board of just different ways people have done it. But I really would like to get that one started too, because I think that one's so cool. And then as you saw last week, I've got quite a few Mirabilias collected. But this one I bought quite a while back. This is Princess Eliana. And I have the fabric for her, and I have the beads. What I don't have is the thread yet, but like I said, I have a pretty good stash of DMC, so I think I probably could kit her up without too much effort. But I will have to sit down and go through all of the things that I do decide on just to make sure I've got them on hand for when I want to start them. So, and then, oh, one more. This Happy Morning. And this is kind of a Christmas one, but it's a big stitch. That barn is no joke. But isn't it cool? Look at the design in that barn with the flowers on it. Love, 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 love. So I'm not gonna put him on my Christmas list. I'm gonna just put him for next year. Some of the things that are on my lists for harvest or for fall or Christmas this year might go into my 24 for next year. Okay, that is my little mini WIP parade, my little mini one. I wanted to tell you guys that if you wanted my conversion for color and cotton for Mighty Acorn, to let me know. I did write down what the store gave me, but I have changed some of the colors since then, and I need to record them because I don't know if I've got those written down anywhere. But I do have the original conversion that they gave me from their DMC list to what they typically would convert. So I have that if you guys want that. And then I wanted to talk about my haul a little bit. Some of this crosses over just a smidge. I got my Color and Cotton threads. I belong to 2 of theirs. One of them is the 10 flosses of all colors. And so this was what I got this month for all colors. And then I also belong to the Prim, and that's another 5 colors. And one of the reasons I really like Color and Cotton, I think, is because you get so much more on them than you do with the fancy flosses like the Weeks or the Classic Colorworks. These are almost equivalent to DMC sizes, and that's one of the reasons I think I like their flosses so much. Plus they're just so saturated, and the variegation that you get in it is really beautiful. Okay, then I've been back at it at the stash sites. I found this one. It's called English Cottage Sampler by Teresa Wentzler. And I thought it was so pretty. Plus it has swans in it. You guys know my thing about swans. I just think look at the swans in the middle there. And then the house. I couldn't resist that one. So this one's going into the stash. My stash builder. That's a stash builder. And then I found this one actually, I think on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And I thought briefly about doing the barn and the tree for my floral spot that I still need a fall stitch for. I thought that would be kind of pretty with the pumpkins around it if I just eliminated the rest of it, maybe do a portion of the fence and do the barn and the tree. I don't know. But I really like the Harvest by Bent Creek as well. Then, what do I have here? Oh, I found somebody who had all of the little sheep virtues, which I've been wanting to do so bad. So I got them all. I got all the little sheep virtues. I got friendship. And then she also sent me all the buttons. Love, hope, kindness, patience, peace, simplicity, wisdom, joyfulness, gratitude, courage, and faith. And I've actually, I think I was watching Annie B's Folk Arts, and she said that they have done this one and put another stitch in the middle and then done all the sheep virtues around it in one piece. And so I'm contemplating possibly doing that. I don't know if I will for sure, but I'm so excited to have these. I actually saw somebody also who recently did like all little French knots for the sheep, like for their coats. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It gave it so much cool texture. So I might play around with that a little bit. I don't love French knots, but ever since I found out about the colonial French knot, they're not as hard for me. I really like the colonial French knot better. Okay, so what else did I get? Oh, and then ever since I watched Country Stitchers, Deb was doing collages that she was making up on her own with the hometown holiday by Little House Needlework. She would do like 5 or 6 or whatever of the vignettes together, and then she'd frame them, and then she'd do another 5, and then she'd frame them. And I got a bunch of them. I didn't get all of them, but I got a bunch of them. And they're these. Like this is Pop's Filling Station. This one is Town Church. I'm not going to go through all of these. This one is Main Street Station. And Deb did some really cool, unique things that I may attempt to copy. this is going to be something I'm going to do in the way future, but I love them. I was so excited to get those. And then I bought one more memorabilia, and I was really disappointed with how this one arrived. This one came from Garibaldi's Needleworks or something like that. And it was Miss Christmas Eve by Nora Corbett. And I got the beads that go with her, but she was bent to pieces when I got her. Really not happy with the condition that that one came in. I'm gonna try to put it under a couple of books, see if I can flatten it out a little bit. And I can still stitch it, but you know, it's just disappointing to get something brand new and then it doesn't look brand new when you get it. So anyway, and then I have to find it yet. I found on, oh, where did I find this? Was this on Etsy? I don't know if I have the name of the person or the card. I don't. But I found a bag and it has cows on it. And you guys know I have that cow stitch that I want to do so bad. And I thought this would be just perfect for that particular stitch. And it came with another little accessory bag inside it. So I couldn't resist this one. I will look and see if I can figure out where this one is from. If I can, I'll put it in the notes below so that you guys can check it out too. And then I got a Winter's Day Visit by Brenda Gervais. I don't think I would do this in a stocking. I think I would just make it straight at the bottom and cut it off. But I've always thought that one was super cute. And, oh, I'm sorry, I got another memorabilia. I forgot, you guys, some of this stuff has been in this thing for about 3 weeks. I got Stargazer, no, Nightingale, the memorabilia Nightingale. Been really admiring her for a long time too. And that one came with the beads. So some of this stuff is just gonna be for the future, you know. Another memorabilia. Oh, you guys, somebody tell me to stop. I told you about this one last time though. This is Butterfly Fairy. I think she's so beautiful. And so I did get that one too. They're gonna have to all go in my book. And then I have some fabric again. Some of it is part of a club that I belong to. But before I jump into that one, I almost forgot about this. This is a stitch along that Great Lakes Needleworks is doing with Sweet Wing Studios Pass the Pie. And it's just a really sweet, cute little stitch. And I think it started October 9, possibly. As you can see, I didn't start it. But I'm hoping to jump in and get started on it. We'll see. We'll see. But I just wanted to support her. I really, really love her. I appreciate her designs so much. And so I really wanted to support any effort that she does. So that was kind of why I jumped into this one. Doesn't have the fabric with it, but it did come with the floss. So I would just have to finish kitting it up and then I would be done there. And I got my next stitch for the Beach Boardwalk series by Country Cottage Needleworks. This one's called Boardwalk Sign. I think this came just right after I finished my last video. So that one's the next. I haven't stitched any of those. Not any of them. Yeah. Okay. Then I got some fabrics and I just don't know if you guys are interested in them. A lot of them came from the stash site. What I might do is just show you. I got some 40 count Mellow linen. I kept hearing about Mellow. And so when I saw it on the stash site, I thought, oh, I'm gonna grab that. But I don't like it. It's super stiff. It feels almost like oatmeal. Like Hobby Lobby, like a Hobby Lobby type of a. So anyway, I think the Mellow that they were all talking about must have been a different one. I did get a little piece of Lakeside Linen, which I've heard is so hard to get. This one is called Sand Dune. Actually, I got 2 pieces of this. This is a really pretty color. See if it's kind of got a real yellowish, a real golden yellow color. So that one's really pretty. I got a couple pieces of that. And then I got from my Atomic Ranch, my fabric of the month, which is called Embellish. And I'm sorry, I forgot to take this one out of the package. Crinkle, crinkle. Okay, this one, the color is called Embellish. And I'm in the neutral club. I like my neutrals. Oh, it's got some really pretty variegation in it. I don't know if you guys can see all of that. This is just a really nice light tan color. It's got some beautiful variegation in it. So I'm super, super excited to have that one. Okay, that's basically my haul. Now, what did I miss? Oh, Jingle Ball. How many of you guys signed up for Jingle Ball? I did. There was some debate within my little stitching group as to whether we were going to do it again this year, but there were a couple classes that looked really interesting to me. Hello from Liz Matthews is doing a tree one. I really, really wanted to see how she finishes that. And then I already have a block pattern by Kathy Haberman, and it's the home one, I believe. So I signed up for her class, and I struggled. I really wanted to get the kit for Hello from Liz Matthews, and I timed out. And I realized after the fact that I had to put my name in, all my information, like 3 times, one for the Jingle Ball ticket, and then one for each of the classes. And I just couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. And so it timed out, and it gave you 10 minutes to check out. By the time I refreshed it, her class for kits was sold out. But I got in on the PDF yet, so I'll have to kit it up myself. So yeah, I'm going to participate in the Jingle Ball. So I'm just curious how many of you guys are going to do that this time around. Looking forward to that. That'll be a fun thing to look forward to. Okay, what else do we need to talk about? Not a whole lot. I just wanted to do some shout outs. I'm starting to see this done on a lot of channels, and I love directing people to some of the new channels that I have found. I do watch a lot of floss too, but oftentimes it's really on in the background. I'm not always watching every single minute of what's going on. But of course I have to mention Mrs. Smith Stitches, Alana. She's the one that I'm doing the stitch along with on Mighty Acorns. And the inspiration for the blue house on that one came from Handmade by Sarah W. She's got a great channel. You guys got to go watch her too. Another one that I've recently really been enjoying is Sparkle Shine Stitch. Those 2 girls really crack me up. They're just so full of life and funny, and yeah, I love watching them. And of course, Floss Boss and Cousins. You guys have been under a rock if you don't know about Floss Boss and Cousins. They are always good for some laughs, always good for laughs. I just love the banter between those 2. And their stitches is great. They're great. I love their fun southern accents and their attitudes, and they're just a joy to watch. So you guys got to look them up if you live under a rock and haven't heard about them yet. Another one who I've really enjoyed is Natasha from Bridget Gets Stitches. It's Bridget _gets_stitches. So you'll have to go check her out. And then Samantha, the Hugo Stitcher, she actually gave me inspiration for my bead storage from my Mirabilia beads. She had shown that at one of her last videos, and I jumped on it and I got some containers for that. I mentioned Tammy's Crafty Life, and then You Made That by Tina. Oh, there's one other thing I forgot to talk about. Then there's another group I've been watching a lot too that's from Minnesota, and that's the Loose Thread Stitchers, and that's Leanne and Jeannie. I really enjoy them as well. Leanne has turtles, and she usually does a turtle tidbit at the very end of their videos, which is always fun and interesting. And Jeannie is the queen of smalls. She stitches, her hands must fly because she always has so much to show. So I really enjoy watching those guys as well. The last thing I just wanted to talk about was I was watching Kia B. You guys have got to have all heard of her too by now. And she had introduced a digital planner. And it was an Etsy purchase that I made. And I need to get more organized. I talked to you earlier about trying to corral all my WIPs and labeling them and getting them organized in some kind of an order so I know what I've got. And I'm hoping, I haven't had a chance to really mess with it yet, but I'm hoping that this planner, it's just a one-time purchase. I think it's like 12 bucks or something like that. I'm hoping it will help me get organized. I'm hoping it will help me. Now, I'm not sure if you have to purchase it every year like you would any other kind of a planner. So I don't know if it's just for 2024. I'll have to double check that. But I'm really kind of hoping that will help me because I need help. So anyway, that is basically what I wanted to talk to you guys about. This isn't going to happen for a while because I don't honestly know when the next time is that I'm going to do a floss tube video. Like I said, my surgery is scheduled for November 8th, so it's going to be at least 3, probably 4, but it could actually be 5 weeks before I'm able to do anything. So just wanted to send you off with a bang, show you all the things. But I want to do a giveaway, but it is going to be about 5 weeks before I probably pick a winner. I ordered Stitching with the Housewives. I jumped on the bandwagon for doing this mystery quarterly bags that they did. And when I got it, I didn't think it was something I would stitch. This is the pattern that came with it. And this is the spring one. I've seen a lot of people do this. I've seen a lot of people do revisions on it. I've seen people leave off spring and leave off the months and put more flowers. I've seen lots of edits to that. But it comes with the bag, it comes with the floss, it comes with the fabric. All those things are in here. It comes with this really cute little pull, and it comes with the stitching bag. And so I would like to give that away this time. And all you guys have to do, if you are interested in this one, is be over 18, because I will need to ask for your physical mailing address so I can send it to you. And have you not mention any of the bad words, which would draw all the bots or all the spam. But the word I want you to use is just simply spring. So if you're interested in that one, just comment spring below, and I would love to give that to somebody who I think would appreciate it. You know, as I'm collecting my stash, and as you can see, I'm still collecting my stash, there are going to be things that come and go that I'm going to say, oh, I wanted that. Why did I want that again? And so I will continually give things away out of my stash, things that I purchased that I either no longer really love or just don't think I'm going to ever get to. So I love being able to do that. I love being able to give back to you guys, because you guys give so much to me. So I just want to remind you all to be kind to each other, to be the reason that somebody smiles over the next few weeks. We've got holidays coming up. Holidays can be really tough for some people. I am so blessed. I've got family that lives close, but I can really see where if you're alone over the holidays, that it would be a very sad and a hard time. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are alone. So I just want you to remember them and go out of your way to try to do something nice for somebody, something small. What was I thinking should be my tidbit this week? Oh, I know. Did I use it last week? I might have. Return somebody's grocery cart. Doesn't even have to be for somebody. If you see one loose in the parking lot that has escaped, put it away. Just do a kindness, a random act of kindness. But that was the one thing that occurred to me. If you see somebody who's loading up all their stuff, just offer to grab their cart and put it away for them. So anyway, just a small thing that we can do. But I'm sure you guys have other great ideas too of things you can do as well. So be happy, you guys. Keep stitching, and I will see you next time, hopefully with a new and improved me. So we'll take care, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.